Hey guys, welcome back to another Word on Wednesday. Look, unless you have been living under a rock the last month or so, you know that our nation is kind of in a turmoil right now. We had COVID going on for months. Now we have the response to George Floyd's death, the injustices we see taking place. And look, there's all kinds of things going on, rioting and arguing and all kinds of things, guys. We're divided and we're debating and it's a mess. But I want to speak to that today to really one of the real issues that underlies what we're seeing. And James 1 speaks to it. James 1 verse 19 to 20 says, "My dear brothers and sisters, take note of this. Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. Because human anger does not produce the righteousness that God desires." Guys, we all have emotions, and there's really nothing wrong with that. God made us with emotions, and even anger is an emotion that has a purpose. Because when we see something that's not right, we should be moved to make it right, to correct the wrong. And so God himself shows anger at times. We can express and experience anger, but it's what we do with that makes it righteous or unrighteous. It's what it is motivating us and how we respond to that. So, look, it's interesting that it talks about speaking, slow to speak, because when we get angry, that's usually what happens first, is that we get angry, we want to shoot off the mouth. We get angry, we want to go do something. We want to react. We want to just go. But the Bible says it's time to slow down. When we're angry, first of all, we should be slow to get angry, and we have to slow ourselves down when we feel that happening and say, is this a righteous anger? But then, as we determine it is, we have to slow down in our response to that. Slow down in what we want to say, what we want to do. I think if James wrote this today, he'd say, be slow to speak, be slow to post on social media, be slow to share, be slow to do all these things. Look, I post on social media about issues I feel are important. But there's a difference between just shooting off the mouth, not caring what anyone thinks or how they feel about it, and actually thinking through, praying through, and respectfully submitting something, posting something, sharing something that doesn't just tear people down, make people look stupid, whatever, blurt out what you want to say, but it actually causes people to think. It actually respects others. It actually works toward some good, tries to bring about something positive in the end. And that's what we should be doing, even when we're angry, even when we experience emotions. All right? Philippians 2 reminds us of this. It says, don't do anything out of selfish ambition or vain conceit, but instead in humility value others above yourselves, not looking to your own interests, but also each of you to the interests of others. Look, if we're reacting to an injustice, and in doing so we just create our own injustice, so if I go out and I'm upset with what's going on, so I destroy someone's business, I light their business on fire, I hurt somebody else, physically, financially, whatever. If I go out and I hurt and revenge and do these things, in the meantime, or in the process, then I have just put my needs above everyone else's. My need to get this out. My need to react. My need, right? So we're not, I'm not bashing human emotions. I'm not bashing calls for justice, anything like that. We ought to be doing that. We ought to be processing. And there's a lot of positive going on, guys. There is a lot of positive. We won't see as much in the news, but it's there. And so we want to encourage that. We're thankful for that. But we all need the reminder to be slow to get angry, slow to speak, quick to listen. And so when we face trying times like this, we all need to slow down. We need to listen more, speak less, and do what Jesus did, which is Jesus, he himself, who owned no guilt, but Jesus himself engaged and moved forward even when he himself had nothing that he needed out of it, but he wanted to help those who were in need, those whose causes needed to be represented. And that was all of us caught in our own sin. And so Jesus came to restore and redeem and reconcile. We ought to be doing the same thing in how we respond in the situations we face in our world today. So make sure you check yourself and encourage others to do the same, because it's that slowing down, listening to God's voice, and allowing his Spirit to guide righteous responses.